Hey guys, welcome back to Simply at Home. Today I'll be attempting to answer a question on cutting vegetables, which has been a very frequent question that has been coming on my channel. And one of them or three of them so far have asked this question on how did you bring that interest in? The child does not sit here for cutting vegetables because it's also looked upon as a life skill, right? And the other few who have asked were, how did you give a knife? How did you introduce that? Aren't you afraid of it? Won't the child cut the finger? Is there a child-friendly knife? So on and so forth. I'll try to answer as much as possible. Before that, I have to say one most important thing is mindset. So if your mindset is, oh, the child doesn't sit, he will not do it, he doesn't do it, please, whether it is a neurotypical child or special needs, whichever category it is, if your mindset is they will not do it, don't expect them to do it. Because we are ourselves not still confident with our own child, and that vibe will definitely come in. So first step is get off that mindset. Point number 2 of the second half of the question is fear. You think I don't have fear that the fingers will get chopped off and all those things, but that's the experiential way of learning. But directly don't jump into knife. There are other things. Let's discuss about that right now. So fear is definitely there. There is a risk factor. There is nothing that you can learn to the next level or grow without risk, right? So first thing, mindset. Keep your fear to yourself, don't show it to the child, and definitely not talk about it in front of the child. So these two, as far as the mind is concerned. Coming to my journey as to how I got my son inclined to this is as a toddler and all at home, we used to have a lot of things homemade. Fortunately, we've been blessed with elders at home. So we always had something homemade. So I was completely against this biscuits and chocolates and stuff like that. We used to have our own tidbit fighting around the place. But I said, no, let that hold for schooling. And by that time, we followed a GFCFSF diet. And again, those things, which we all want to call it junk, wasn't part of it. So snacks time was the most interesting time because my son developed interest towards apple, also red color, right? So while I would prefer a child to have apple, all of us to have apple with the skin where that's the maximum nutrient, not on the inside, the one near the skin. We don't have a choice today thanks to the vaccination? No, vaccine. We have to peel it off, right? So the child has to wait. Initially, by the time the child is hungry, I used to peel and give it immediately and all those things. Then later on, I decided, no. You will stand and see when I'm peeling, you will get into the waiting mode, and then I give the apple. Of course, I used to give it full. Whether he eats it fully or not, that is not the point, but there's a grasp, tactile, just to have fun. That time I never thought of this tactile and stuff like that. It was just used to give. And the child used to enjoy. As he started growing a little, would go pick up the apple, he knows where it is, grab it, started eating. So that is when I started introducing, saying, no, this has to be peeled. There is a concept called peeling, then only you eat it. Say, always peel before I give it to you to eat. So we started hands-on. It actually became natural, unawares, a process because the child was in need of it. So basically, it is a life skill. Another thing is there is a need. We all are hungry at some point in time. We like to do something about it. So that is how naturally it happened for us. And so gradually you have to move. Don't directly jump into knife, because another thing why knife I started introducing was as far as Montessori system is concerned, the child is expected to cut carrot with a proper knife. It will be a blunt knife, of course. So the kind of pressure one needs to put and cut into two halves. I will also leave a picture of the toys that you get with wooden toys with the velcro where you cause an effect. You cut and it falls into two halves. Vegetables, I think even fruits and stuff. So I will also leave that. I will search in Amazon or something, and I will leave that in the description box below. If your child is less than 10 years, you can introduce those kind of toys. But I think one of the parents which came back to me is the child is a teenager. So there, if you're going to introduce toys, I think they're going to be a little upset. So you can directly move into grating, peeling, have a ritual at home once a month or twice a month or something. You do something as a family. It could be salads or it could be something the child loves to have. Okay, some aromatic flavors in that. So do it as a family. Another most important thing is if you're going to have a cook in your house and you're going to keep saying, oh, the child doesn't do, or somebody is cooking, I think that will not naturally flow, and we have to be part of that process. Even if not the cooking, at least the cutting part you should take away from the cook till you bring about that interest, occasionally saying let's do it as a family, and then we need to make a small portion of it, go around giving it to our neighbors, to somebody, and then make the child proud about it. No? He made that item. Might have only done the grating of the entire lot, but he did the grating of the carrot. That should be the highlight. So there is an internal motivation for the child to say, okay, next time can I also come and help? They won't naturally come and help. Only when they need, they want to come next to us. That we have to gradually build in. So grating is a great way. Very, very better option, grating and peeling, than starting with knife, because that's when skin slightly chops off, and so they know the effect of it, to be careful. How many ever times you're going to repeatedly tell to children who are particularly having expressive communication issues where they cannot express very well, that there is pain, they got hurt or something, or they are not auditory learners. If they are visual and kinesthetic learners, then they need experience. So when they experience, you can talk about it. See, you have to be careful. That's why we are saying careful and stuff like that. So those are ways to gradually move in. And of course, you have a lot of these vegetable cutters to be even more safe. Everything has to be with adult supervision, only strictly with adult supervision. It's not that I give it and I have a jolly good time. I have my heart out when I give a knife to my child. He's yet to get that control. So thanks to all of you who have come back saying, oh, amazing, the child is holding a knife and doing this and helping you that and all those things. It is an occasional event. You can't have the child do it on a daily basis if you want interest to flow in. So that gradually they can get into at least to something as basic as making their own salads or whatever and having it, or peeling their own apple and having it. So that should be the gradual process. This is all I could think of, and this is my story. So signing off, this is Ramya, Simply at Home. Hope I have answered, and I will also leave in the description box below some of the other unboxing and other videos that I have done for other parents who ask me about alternate for knife, some cutters which I have tried and tested, which works, which doesn't work and stuff like that. I will leave that also in the description box below. This is not a paid promotion, please. This is purely an attempt to answer some of the questions that came on seeing my video from a lot of special needs parents. Signing off again. Have a safe time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.